Hello in TV land, it's your boy Freelancer Joe, ready to once again get crackin'. And how are you all doing on this fine and wonderful and glorious Tuesday afternoon? I hope you're doing fine and wonderful and glorious because it's a perfect winter day outside right now. For those of you in at least the mid-Atlantic right now, you are seeing snow and it is great. Although it's not, I mean, it looks like it's a lot. I don't think it's going to be able to stick enough. Which, I mean, I guess is nice because it's supposed to get really, really cold, so the roads are going to be pretty slick anyway. But it's always nice to get just a little bit of snow every now and then. Although, to be honest, we still have snow left over from the last time we got snow. So, yeah. And I will go ahead and dive right in and set things up and try not to dilly-dally for too long. Dilly-dally, that's a good word. Because I really, really want to get that frickin' thing done. And I don't know how long it's going to take. That's one of those things that as soon as I figure out, it'll be so pretty blazing obvious that I'll be disappointed in myself. And that takes an awful lot. It takes an awful lot to knock me off of this mountain. I tell you what. But how y'all doing? Good and fine and fantastic? How's your week going? It's, well, it's Tuesday, which is, Tuesday. It's not bad. I mean, at this point, you figure people are kind of getting into the groove of the week. And then tomorrow's, what's after Tuesday? I forget. Is it Thursday? Is it Friday? No, it can't be Friday because Friday is always after Thursday. What is after Tuesday? Yes, the dreaded hump dar. Wednesday. Which is not really a bad day. Because it's the midway point. For those of you who do the 5-day week. The normal 5-day week, Monday through Friday. Normal in God's country, America. Although, thank you very much. Although, one could make the argument that we may have lost our way a while back. Alright. Am I going to start it up right away? That'll really slow things down. Well, you know what? Let's try and figure out what exactly, how I'm going to approach this. Well, normally I would start it up and show you what's wrong, and then we go kind of dig through and figure it out. But I've done that for the past 2 days now, so enough messing around. We're getting serious now. Although I suppose if I was really serious, I'd actually figure this out off camera. Yeah. But basically, what I'm trying to figure out is... No, clicked the wrong thing. Please bear with me. I'm just so distracted by the snow. Or maybe I'm just a little bit hyper from the obvious workout routine that I did, my training. Because you can no doubt tell by the level of jackness that is going on that I'm quite jacked. Although it's still just the bodyweight exercises. The back is still offering me the reminder that I injured it. Alright, that is exactly what I want. Well, not exactly what I want to happen, but basically when I click on it, I want to change that color. So I tried, alright, we are going to try exactly what they've got. Exactly. I mean, don't try to be clever, don't try to suss it out. Get something working first, and then you work your way backwards. Because if you spend all your time trying to figure it out before you know what the solution is, you would just wasting time. Well, I'm sure there are some teachers who say, well, you figured it out on your own, blah, 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 blah. Clearly, by the fact that I'm saying blah, 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 I'm not one that is inclined to agree with that. that's interesting. I wonder if that's causing the problem. What am I talking about? Well, I mucked it up before, but well, no, I didn't necessarily muck it up. Well, I mean, whatever. So what I had before was this. I had a menu item with text. And I tried doing their thing here where basically I say class name equals classes.menu item. And in theory that should have worked. Should have worked. Or that was what I was hoping for, but it didn't work. So I went through another optional solution, which was basically instead of just giving it text, giving it the list items that I want to render and telling it what the style is. That still didn't quite work. So what's the difference, really? What is the difference? Well, let's go ahead and look at this example. Because we'll just go ahead and put it in. We'll put in... Alright, we'll put in this. But instead of primary equals drafts, we're going to put in this. Now right now this won't work. Why won't it work? Well, it won't work as in it won't even come up. And that's because I do not have list item icon, nor drafts icon. So we'll go ahead and import that. And then we'll start it up. And then I will explain why it still won't work. Draft icon. And we'll just put it here because we're going to take it out because I don't use icons in this, and list item icon. Right. So we use that. We've defined the style as menu item. The color won't be the same either because what is my primary main? Do I specify primary main? Primary main is, it'll be gray. You know what? We're going to change this to blue just so that we can see a difference. Because it's already gray. I don't want it to be gray. I actually want it to be white, but we're just trying to get it to work, so. Well, in theory, I could leave that. Yeah, alright, I'm going to take a risk. Instead of theme palette, primary main, I'm going to go theme palette common, and I'm going to assume that blue is there. It seems to be a big assumption. I would assume that if white's there, black would be there, but I would also assume that blue is there too. Did they? No. Okay. I was looking to see if there was another import related to that. Alright, so if we look at what the menu item I have list item. Though you notice here, they don't specify whether or not it's selected, so that's kind of interesting. Ooh, I wonder if that'll change things. That might also be another problem too. But menu item, right? List item icon, drafts icon, classes. Okay. So let's start it up, and hopefully it will at least render. And why am I so excited? Or not excited? Eager? Motivated. Why am I so motivated to actually get this working? Well, I might start the deviation to my schedule. Let's say no. I'll save that surprise for tomorrow. But well, suffice to say that Freelancer Joe has lots he has to do, and the less that I have to think about, the better. And I really don't want to have this weighing down on the back of my mind. I want to focus on one thing at a time, which is pretty much all I can do. And I gravitate towards the more interesting problems to solve, and this is definitely one of them. But if I spend too much time solving this, well, one, there's no guarantee I'll be able to solve it within a reasonable amount of time. And two, then that means the other things that I need to get done, I'm not going to get done. Quirk of my nature. I tend to focus on things that I probably shouldn't focus on fixing. I've gotten better. I used to be really, really bad about that. You know, it's like a dog that doesn't let go of a bone. Even though there's much bigger bones I could be chomping on. A lot like that. Well, I think that's not really unique to me. That's why there's a metaphor of a dog on a bone. I didn't come up with that. I could have come up with it if I was born however many years ago when it came up. When somebody came up with it. I could have come up with everything. But for a quirk of fate, I was born in this time. What you're hearing in the background is laundry. Laundry on a Tuesday? Freelancer Joe, have you lost your mind? Well, like I said, I have lots to do. And that's not because I didn't do laundry last week. I did. And it's slow. Oh, there we go. There we go. Come on. So at least we didn't see any errors in the Webpack output. That came up. That's good. About info. Alright. So, no, that... Alright, that doesn't surprise me, actually. I meant that, right? It wasn't going to work. I don't think it was going to work. Alright, so why wasn't it going to work? I think it wasn't going to work because, if you look here, the menu items are contained within a menu list. Whereas I put the menu items in a menu. So that begs the question, what is the difference between a menu item and a menu list? Alright, the menu component uses the pop-over component internally. However, you might want to use a different positioning strategy or blocking the scroll, or not blocking at all. For answering those needs, we expose the menu list component. No, I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it at all. I'm trying to look. Yeah, this is the guy I'm interested in. Roll menu item. So they do some stupid obfuscation. I can't tell. Can't tell what it is. Cannot tell what it is at all. There has to be some way that I can override this style. Alright, well, when in doubt, let's see, maybe Google can find the answer. Movie, menu item, override, list item. Okay, maybe that's it. Depends how old this is. How old is this? It's pretty recent. It might be as simple as that. That notation isn't very clear to me, to be honest. Menu item. So, I guess I could have read the documentation. I mean, I've seen that before. Don't quite fully understand it, to be honest. Which, my fault for not reading it? Or, I mean, everything else is pretty clear how to manipulate and handle. So why does that fall into something so esoteric? Selected, classes, button, text selected, okay. Button, text selected. I did Alt Tab, right? Here we go. Do I have to throw it on the root? Because the color and the font weight work. Alright. Button text root. Root. Mixing the two classes. I assume the classes being menu item and list item. And it's basically telling it, if I'm interpreting it correctly, that when you see selected, apply this style. Do you see how weird that is, right? I mean, it lets me override the selected style directly. Menu item classes selected. There we go. So root : classes dot button text root. So in the root class, I specify how it should handle select the style for selected, and I also specify how the selected style should be rendered. It's like, yeah, I mean, you know, I've written code that kind of just, you can't, well, you could kind of get around it, but it would require a lot of work to get around it, so it may just be one of those things. There's no silver bullet. There's no, or at least I have yet to encounter a perfect language. You always end up running against some edge cases that require you to do something just a little bit funky. No. So that is correctly applied. Oh, I don't want the source. I want to inspect the element again. Let's see if root even gets applied anywhere. Okay, yeah, there we go. MUI list item root. MUI menu item root. I put it on menu item, right? Yep, I applied it to root, and yet I do not see menu item root. Alright, there's menu item root. but I don't see the style. That's strange. Well, this whole thing is strange. Not example, not demos. API. Does menu item not expose root? Alright, we'll look at menu. Encode children classes, on close, pop over classes. Okay, the menu itself, I can override the paper that is used to render the menu. Okay, that's fine. The menu item. I can override the root, which is what I thought I did. And I can override the style if it's root. Alright, let's look at the implementation. Hey, looking at the code. Why isn't that what I changed? Yeah. Ampersand $sign selected. Ampersand $sign selected, yeah. Selected equals selected. Classes not selected, selected. Classes.root. That's interesting. Selected as a Boolean property. Styles apply to the root element. Styles apply to the root element if selected equals true. Okay. But I'm looking at the... Yeah, I'm looking at the root element. But I'm not seeing anything. Let's see if this takes effect. No, let's see if... Really? Thank you. I just want that thing to turn blue at this point. Oh, there was a menu list, or that was just a list. Alright. Okay, so that's blue. Fine. So I know that this does change it. Okay, great. But this does not change it, so that's not working, or at least I'm not modifying it correctly. Ampersand $sign, background color blue. button text selected. Oh wait, did I remove that from there? Alright, let's try this. And yeah, red. To be honest, at this point, my temptation is to just actually change this to look like, change the buttons to look like the menus when they're selected. MUI menu item change selected style, CSS style. Okay, there we go. Overriding background color, select menus. Yeah, okay, don't tell me that's still a bug. Wait, that is exactly what I did, right? Although he's using a theme. Do I use a theme? Yeah, I use a theme. Oh. Overrides. I haven't seen that one before. Is that a new thing, or MUI menu item selected, root background color orange. It applies to the entire thing, though? Yeah, I do not like that. I do not like that at all. If that's the case. I don't know if that's a new thing or not. I wonder if that's a new thing. No, because the other things still work. So that's kind of weird. As expected. No. I am not even seeing orange in there at all. Menu item selected. Wait, do I have to specify the text too? beginning to suspect that the mouse is a little too far from the dock. Nope. That didn't do it either. MUI menu item route. That is exactly what I specified, right? I added an override for MUI menu item, and I specified the route and selected. Alright, we're going long again, but let's see if it even picks it up. I might have to check my version of Material UI. I might be using something that has a bug in it. No. I must be using it wrong. I have to be using it wrong. Oh well, but we've gone long again. So I'm going to wrap this up for now. Cool kid words about liking and subscribing, commenting, and suggesting. I'm hoping I'm able to show you some success sometime this week. Otherwise, it kind of balances out because I've been killing it at work. Killing it. But cool kid words, blah, 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 blah. Hope you join me tomorrow as I continue diving into this and hopefully solving it. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of this day. If you're out dealing with this snow, please be careful, and I hope you join me tomorrow. But until the next time you join me, I hope that you take care and God bless.